Greetings, everyone. This is Simon Tutankhamenel coming to you from Portland, Oregon. It's a beautiful day today. It's about 82 degrees outside in downtown, across the street from the courthouse, ironically. I wanted to go over a few pointers for those newly conscious Moorish Americans who are coming to know themselves. And basically, if you're dealing with issues with the courts, it could be for any reason at all. Criminal, civil, doesn't matter. Unless you have taken the time to put forth the effort to study and learn your history, learn the law. And when I say the law, I mean the common law, I mean jurisprudence, knowing the Constitution, knowing the treaties, at least have some familiarity with it, then you will be way ahead of what is going to be coming at you, because you're fighting a losing battle if you simply are ignorant and don't know. And you'll always have to seek help when you shouldn't have to do that. Every Moorish American who has nationalized is basically their own lawyer. And Moors must study. It is a prerequisite to being nationalized. You can't nationalize and say you're Moorish American and reap the benefits of being allodial in your status. However, you've taken no effort, you've made no attempt to really do your due diligence and learn to know thyself, which is basically a requirement once you gain this knowledge. So the basics, I want to give it to you. House Joint Resolution 192, all right? You want to know the Constitution, which is the basics of the Constitution. Article 1, Section 10, okay? Article 3, Section 3, Article 6, okay? Know the differences between the different constitutions, all right? Know what a state constitution is. Know what the federal constitution is. Understand that the more recent one that they use today is the Constitution the Constitution of the United States. And the one previous to that, which is the Organic Constitution, is the Constitution for the United States. So the Constitution of the United States is the one that has been edited. They took out a lot of information, and that's the one that they're using today, which is de facto. So the de jure Constitution is the one George Washington and them agreed to, which is a contract. So you have to understand that. And when they pulled this stunt to get rid of the gold and abrogate the gold standard against our monetary system, and they surrendered all their sovereignty over to the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, and the Federal Reserve, all right, and the World Bank, they lost everything. It's in the books, it's in the law. When you do that, then understand that you have no authority to speak or challenge anyone. Look up Anna von Reitz, all right? That's REITZ.com, AnnaVonReitz.com. Look her up, she's a judge in Alaska. She goes through it thoroughly. Some of you, I've shared this information with you. If you take the time to read it, you will know. So take the time to stop what you're doing and learn to help yourself. I am there for you. When you need me, I can answer your questions at any time. There's no big deal. But understand, a lot of effort and work goes into assisting someone lawfully, all right? So it can't just be typed up a letter, give it to them, and you get what you want, all right? We're under occupation, so you gotta understand that. What happened back in the 1700s, they reneged on the contract. So you have what you have today, chaos. So until you understand that, until you know that they are just a private citizen, they're no different, read the speech from James Traffickett, read the speech from Lewis McFadden, all right? He's a senator, the Republican senator from the 1930s. James Traffickett, all right? He's a Democrat congressman from Ohio, all right? Read those speeches. You can look it up, type it up. All right, James Trafficant's speech, March 17th, 1993, when he talks about the U.S. bankruptcy. Take the time to read it. He breaks it down in detail that you would not believe, which lets you know anytime they come after you, they don't have the authority to do so. Understand that. When you understand that, you're not standing there scared. You're afraid because you don't know. So take the time to understand that and learn. If you have questions, you're not clear on it, ask. It's okay to ask. But you, as a Moorish American, you are obligated to study. You must study. All right? So don't be afraid. Anytime they come after you, they're going on presumptions that they figure you don't know. Most of the people walking around don't know. They pay taxes because they don't know. They carry driver's license because they don't know. All right? The laws are clear. Stare decisis from the federal court, Supreme Court. You don't have to have these things. And they're being used to place bonds on people. The birth certificate, the marriage certificate, all right? The driver's license, state IDs, all right? Those are things that are given to corporations. The 14th Amendment, U.S. citizen, remember that? Okay? Which was never ratified. Okay, you follow me? So if you're saying I'm a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, guess what? You fall under their jurisdiction as a corporate citizen. Corporate, which means you can be taxed as a corporation, which means you have to carry licenses and receive privileges. You have no rights. You only have privileges that they give you. You follow me? When you know the law, when you study law, you understand these things. Moorish Americans are obligated to understand these things. Most people call themselves Americans don't know their status. All right? In the books, the only lawful American are those copper-colored people. It's in the original books. It's been edited, okay? But you go into the original books, Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, look under free white person. And black and white is not a color relative to a person, it's a person's status, okay? It's a person's status. So understand that. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Look it up, free white person. You gotta have that copper-colored skin. Understand what the world looked like before colonization, before all this occurred in the 1700s. All right, I could go into more detail about why things turned out the way they did, because Moors, some of them were dirty Moors like we have today, doing things they're not supposed to be doing, being unfair to people, mistreating people. That's what you have today. It's karma, it's cause and effect. So we got paid back what we put out. And most people don't know that. They think it's prejudice. They think they're being mistreated because people don't like them. Understand, okay? All right, the Secret Treaty of Verona. All right, the Buck Act, the Monroe Act. All right, so there's several of them. But you got to understand these things. So all I'm saying to you is take the time to learn and know yourself and know who you are as a Moor. All right, you're under obligation to do so. All right, so it's pretty hot out here, and for some reason, as soon as I turn this thing on, everybody and their mama want to stand by me and talk. But I apologize if you hear a lot of background activity. I was sitting over here by myself. Either way, folks, don't be afraid. Stand in your square. Study, 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 just like the Prophet said. All right? Read House Resolution 1203 from the Georgia legislature. It breaks it down who the Moors are. It breaks down who you are. Those who are called Negro, black, and colored. Okay? It breaks it down. So try to understand that you are standing in your square, and when you know who you are and you proclaim your nationality as a Moorish American, you are basically under that allodial status. And you have to understand that status and what it means in relation to this so-called government. Because, like I said, in the speech by the Congressman, James Trafficant, all right, he said what? The United States has been dissolved, right? I didn't make that up. It came out of his own mouth. And he's going by what others have brought forth and from the laws that were passed. Again, House Joint Resolution 192. All right? Understand what happened. When they transferred everything to the IMF, they gave up their sovereign authority. It's in the books. I'm not making this up. Read it. If you question what I'm saying, read it. I'm inviting you to study and read it, whether you're a Moorish American or not. All right? So, folks, enjoy. I hope that the weather where you are is beautiful. It's really nice out here today. And I'm just soaking up some sun. But I tell you, oh, and that's another thing. Moors, understand your relationship to the planet and to the sun. As an Atenist, which is what I am, all right, under Akhenaten, okay, this is what he started. That whole idea of monotheism, okay? When we look up, that's an expression of Aten. So the sun, you concentrate on everything that's going on in your life, you as being your true nationality. You're not Negro, you're not black, you're not colored, you're not African American, you're none of those things. Those are tags put on chattel property. So once you declare your nationality, you're no longer those things. It seems like every time I move, the sun wants to follow me, so it must be trying to tell me something. Either case, but I welcome it, all right? Because those rays from the sun give us a healing. And it actually kind of suppresses all the negativity and all that negative stuff that goes on around us. So you really want to soak up that sun. A lot of people can't do that. They're burned. And it actually works against their skin because you have to have that copper colored skin. It has nothing to do with being racist. It has nothing to do with that. But I can go in more detail about that at another time. But understand, if you are Moorish American, you need to understand the basics of our planet, of our universe, of who we are as a people, and that we must follow love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. All right, those 5 points of light, we have to do that. All right, keep that always in your heart and mind and soul. All right, this is much bigger than you can ever imagine. So I'm going to try to get out the sun again. It keeps following me, but I want to say peace and love to everyone. Don't get afraid, don't be afraid when the so-called law comes after you. They threaten to do things to you. Stand in your square, know who you are, and you have nothing to be afraid of. All right? So peace and love to you. Enjoy. I hope it's nice where you are, and take care. Love you to you all. Bye now.